And we are live. We're so excited. This is our first live of the week. We try to do about 1 or 2 a week so we can meet our community of partners, sponsors, advertisers, teachers, people that support our yoga community. These are amazing people. They're small businesses just like us, and we only exist because of their support. So we are a free magazine. You can pick us up. Okay, let's see if she is and have a little chat. All right.
Hello.
We did it.
I know, gosh, classic. Instagram needs an update.
If it's not one thing, it's another, and I never update anything. So
well, thank you so much for your patience on that. It was quick, so I'm glad we can still be here and talk about beYogi, talk about Yoga Love Magazine, and all the good stuff that's happening.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I want to learn more about what you offer. Why do we need it? How is it going to help teachers and students? So share with us. For someone that knows absolutely nothing about beYogi Insurance, what is it?
Yeah, well, first of all, let me just introduce myself to everyone here. My name is Lizzie. I'm the brand manager of beYogi Insurance. We obviously, as you know, we've talked about insurance or said the word insurance quite a bit. So we offer all-inclusive yoga liability insurance for yoga teachers specifically. So there's companies like, Progressive and like all those random companies that you think about. And you're like, oh, I need car insurance. I need home insurance. Well, if you're offering a service of some sort, if you're offering something that you're, working directly with people, you need liability insurance because you never know what's going to happen. The unexpected can happen, whether someone, falls and slips in your studio, someone gets injured due to, a comment you make about, an adjustment. You just never know when things are going to happen, even with the best training. Even if you don't do hands-on assists, you just never know. So liability insurance is basically what I say to people. It's the net that's going to save you, from potential law costs, lawyer costs. So you have your liability waiver, which we all know is really important, where, when someone signs up for a class, they sign that liability waiver to protect themselves in any event. And then that net is yoga insurance, where it's just that double layer of safety, and we cover costs, professional liability, general liability, stolen equipment coverage, say your studio. So it's really, really important, and beYogi actually offers a lot more than just your general, if someone hurts themselves in your class. And I'm happy to share all of that information with you, with a link, because sometimes it's way too hard to digest in a 15-minute, video. So we'll make sure you guys can get that information directly from beyogi.com. So,
and I think just knowing that it's, and I think, like you mentioned, just knowing it even exists is the first step, right? So it's not something I would automatically think of. It's almost like when I got a dog, all of a sudden I said, oh, wow, I need pet insurance. Like, you don't automatically think, oh, this puppy's so cute and it's all love and games, but they get sick and things happen. So then the next step is, insurance. So the fact that something like this even exists, which I honestly didn't even know about until a year ago, it's just having that awareness, I feel like, is step one. And then I'm sure you offer sort of different levels of, just like any insurance company, right?
Well, actually, the one thing about our insurance, which I love, is we offer the same policy from our student insurance, which is just $55 a year. You can get the same coverage as the professional insurance, and that's what's really amazing, is because you can get the same amount of coverage whether you're just starting out as you're in your 200 hour or you've been teaching for 15 years. No matter what, it's really important for us that the community has the level of support and coverage that they need while they're teaching yoga. So we offer student policies, like I mentioned, a full-time policy, a part-time policy, so it's less than 10 hours a week. And then we offer a 2-year for the teachers that you're going to be teaching for years to come. And just so everyone knows, beYogi, yeah, we are an insurance company, but I've really driven the brand to become a resource, because you only need insurance once a year, right? You buy it once a year. Sometimes it goes out of your head, which we get. And we don't want you to think about all of the, craziness that could potentially happen. So beYogi has created resources for you, like free webinars once a month with different industry experts. We offer discounts on advanced trainings with our partners in the industry. So really, it's a membership without all of the member fees and things like that. So you buy that one-time fee, one-time policy price rate, and then you get an amazing support system, is how I like to look at it, which is different than any other insurance company out there, because we actually care about the support and the community and the growth of a yoga teacher.
I love that. And I think that's what will keep people coming back. Have you noticed sort of a change in people's needs, especially with the pandemic in the last couple of years? I'm sure there's been sort of a shift in what people need for everything, basically.
I mean, it was a territory that I don't think anyone was ready for with online classes, but we automatically realized the need for insurance coverage when you're teaching online live streaming and online pre-recorded. So we've added that to at no additional cost. So when you buy our policy, you are covered for your online classes. And that was huge. We jumped on it because we knew how important it was to get it done quickly. And with insurance, everyone knows it takes time sometimes. And even with us, to get it approved and all that stuff, we said this is the number one priority. So online coverage with beYogi is not any additional cost to the customer. So during the pandemic, online coverage was huge. And then we realized how much people needed to learn about creating online studios and so they could continue to teach. So we worked with a lot of different teachers who had been training online for years to offer their guidance to our community. So we did webinars, all free. So we did webinars. We've created, a guide to create a successful online class. So we really dove into wanting to create content that was needed. And I think everyone did, there's a million guides to how to create a successful online class, but for our community, that was really huge. And we wanted to continue, and we still continue to this day, putting out new information about how to continue to be successful at the online teaching, because it's ever changing.
And it's evolving all the time, and I think it's great that you're offering these resources, because there's so many steps to be a yoga teacher, right? There's your teacher training, there's your studies, there's your practice, but then there is a practical side of your business. You will be, if you're teaching, it is essentially a business. So offering these tools and these resources and these communities, I saw at one point you had like lawyers, you had a seminar on lawyers or business, which I thought that's something that they're expensive, right? So the fact that you were offering that as a resource, you had like some kind of a workshop on it, and I was like, that's amazing, because who can afford a lawyer, right? They're so expensive.
So we've partnered with a company called Conscious Counsel, excuse me. They are dedicated lawyers based in the wellness industries, and they have worked with us from the beginning, especially around COVID time when everyone was trying to update their liability waivers around online classes. And we jumped on a workshop, and we've done a couple now with them, just to offer free guidance to yoga teachers about how to protect your career, which is your business. If you're a yoga teacher, that's a huge piece. I think you said it. People don't realize you kind of run your own business as a yoga teacher. You got to bring new people. You got to do the marketing. You got to, protect your finances. So yeah, we've worked with Corey Sterling, Conscious Counsel, quite a bit to continue to just educate people on the best ways to go about teaching yoga in this ever-changing world. And so yeah, we have something planned in the coming months with him as well, so I'll keep you guys updated. But it's usually just free Q&A. It's a question and answer situation.
What do you find is the most common question that people have for those kind of seminars? I mean, I feel like there's so many, but what's, especially for you as an insurance company, what is the number one question people will have?
There's quite a few. I would say one is, do teachers need insurance? Is kind of just the general question we get, is why is this a thing? And like I mentioned in the beginning, it's super, super important to protect your career by using liability insurance to protect that and protecting your finances. And I could go into that all day. It's kind of just a roundabout way. The system we live in is you kind of have to have insurance at this point. So why not buy insurance from a company that actually cares about you and supports your journey? And with Corey and Conscious Counsel, the main question we get is, do you need insurance and a liability waiver? And so you don't need both. Should you have both? Yes. Whether it is a liability waiver and insurance. So like I said earlier, the way I describe it as, on a trapeze system, that first net is your liability insurance. Or I'm sorry, the first net is the liability waiver. And the second net, the net that really is going to protect you and not let anything fall through, is that insurance. So it's really key to have both. If you do not use a liability waiver, it's imperative to have insurance, because one slip and fall in your studio during your class, someone files a claim, you could have thousands in legal costs, and beYogi insurance will cover that. So it's really, really key.
Do you also cover, just out of curiosity, outdoor things? So if a teacher is like, I'm going to teach in a park, it'll cover that as well? Because a lot of teachers don't necessarily teach in the studio, but they'll teach in public spaces. So that will be covered as well.
So the fun thing about beYogi is we cover online, pre-recorded live streaming. We cover in studio. We cover outdoor yoga, like you mentioned. So if you're teaching at an event and it's outside in the United States, we will cover that. If you move, you don't have to tell us. You're covered in the United States. Wherever you go, it's a mobile policy. So wherever you go in the United States, you are fully covered by beYogi insurance.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And the one thing I think is the best part is, teachers, as a teacher, you're exploring different styles. You're exploring different types of, modalities. Maybe you're going into massage therapy, or maybe you're going into more fitness related things like that. We cover 450 different modalities under one policy. So our base is in yoga insurance, and that's what we really focus on. But if you're exploring different styles, you're teaching group fitness or Pilates and things like that, we will cover you. So no need to get additional coverage, no need to change the insurance. All of the different styles that you're teaching are covered with beYogi.
That's great. And that actually, sorry, just to circle back to the outdoor yoga, because one thing I know that a lot of teachers do is retreats. So if a teacher decides, I'm going to go to Cape Cod and lead a retreat there, that will also additionally be covered. Is that right?
Yes. So the key to our insurance is, because insurance is based on country code, unfortunately we can't offer, if you go to teach a retreat, in Costa Rica or something like that, we can't cover you during that retreat.
Right.
However, when you come back to the US and begin teaching, that's when we can cover you.
Right.
But your example of Cape Cod,
Right.
yes, we would cover a teacher and protect a teacher who's teaching at a retreat in the United States 100%.
And I feel like that would be a very common thing, is because I think with people's daily classes, they probably have their students that are always coming, they're familiar with their community, but I feel like a retreat, you can also get people that might not be accustomed to the teacher style. So there's a little more opportunity for something to happen, like a twisted ankle or something like that. I've heard of it happening a few times on retreat. People, twist something, or a friend of mine even broke his finger while he was on a retreat. Yeah. So if they had insurance, and they would be covered then, which is amazing, because, teaching retreats is not a big cash windfall of money. So if you can protect your income as much as you can, it's good to know that, especially for retreats. Yeah. They can use it as well.
Totally. And one thing, I'm an honest, I work for an insurance company. I also practice yoga, but the reason I've stayed with this company for so long and worked for beYogi is because we are super resourceful around, it's an insurance company, but we offer so many different resources, and we're super open about, you might not use your insurance, and that's an amazing experience.
Let's hope you don't, right?
Yeah, let's hope you don't have to use it. Goodness. So what else can we offer you guys that makes it feel like you're not just putting, $100+ away, and not being able to see that ever again? So offering the discounts on advanced trainings, offering the free workshops, and offering, a free template liability waiver, things like that, is really, really key to us to continue to support the community and continue to grow it, because it's a cost that feels lost, but there is so much value you can get in the membership benefits of our program.
Yeah, I love this. I feel like once you finish your teacher training and you decide, you take that next step and you go, okay, I'm gonna start teaching, it should just be like insurance, like go.
Yeah.
Just get it done, get the resources that you need. And, you have to start using both sides of the brain. You have to use that business brain and that emotional, spiritual side as well. So thank you for offering this service. How long has beYogi Insurance been around?
So we have been around since early 2000s. So been a while. It's taken us a little bit longer to explore and the information, because like we've mentioned, people don't know about insurance or yoga liability insurance. So it's taken a while to continue to educate people about it. And we have partnered with lots of different studios all across the United States to continue to educate around the insurance needs. So if you have a business, like a business of yoga section in the last piece of your yoga teacher training, usually you'll find like a one-liner about, oh, you should get insurance. Right. So we try to beef that up just a little bit for our studios, so they don't have to answer all the questions about insurance, and they can field it to our program and give people the resources that they need to make the best decision for them.
Yeah. What's the next workshop that you have coming up? Because I need to go, because this is all really interesting what you're offering.
Yeah, so I believe it's on February 8th at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, and it's around kids yoga and how to bring kids yoga and children's yoga into your teaching as, an added income potentially, but also just how to bring it into your practice, how to connect with schools and programs around the country, to bring your expertise in that niche children's yoga to the community.
Yeah, I love that. We actually have quite a few partners that run kids yoga programs, so I'm excited to hear that. So I'll share that information. Email me that link and I'll share that information as well. For
sure. We will.
Kids yoga is the cute. It's the cutest thing, but I'm sure in terms of insurance, it's probably got the highest rate of. I don't know. Kids are pretty resilient. They might fall a lot, but they don't really get hurt. They just kind of bounce back up.
Bounce back up. I I love it.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Lizzie. So we're excited. You have that on February 8th. How often do you offer workshops? Is it like once a month? Is it every couple of weeks? How often can people join these once they have the membership, obviously?
So it's actually, so it is, we highlight it. It's pretty exclusive to the audience, but we do end up opening the registration to our entire community. So if you don't have a policy with us, you can still sign up and watch the webinar for free.
Yeah.
So as a kind of an added benefit to our entire audience and community and the support of the yoga industry. But gosh, what was the
How often do you do workshops?
Oh gosh, oh my gosh, we do it once a month. I was so excited about talking that we do these webinars once a month. We just ended one actually, so once a month for an hour. You can get Yoga Alliance credit for it, CEU credit. You just have to sign up with, the program title into your Yoga Alliance membership if you have one, and you can get an hour of credit there.
Amazing. Amazing. beYogi Insurance. Thank you so much. And even if it's just knowing that it exists, step one, right?
Yeah.
And then you can dive deeper into it, learn more about it. And like I said, so many, especially with retreats, like I feel like this is something that is so necessary, and it's probably the most it needs it a lot. So I think this is great that it's offered, and for outdoors and for even online, which is something I would have never even thought of. Just be protected, and protect your money and yourself and your students. So thank you for offering this amazing service, and thank you for supporting Yoga Love magazine. You will be in our next issue, which will launch in June, which is just in time for festival season. So we're going to be at festivals, we're going to be at studios, and it's because of the supportive companies like you. So you also support us, and we appreciate that immensely. So thank you so much, Lizzie. And we will be sending you boxes, as many as you want, of magazines so you can share with your community as well.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for having me on and having beYogi on. We're so excited to see you continue to grow and support your program. And you guys will have links to beyogi.com. So if you want to check us out, just go there. Also check out our Instagram, lots of information there and support. Yeah. So we would love to connect with anyone who is open to connecting. And thank you again for having me.
Thank you, Lizzie. Have a great day.
All right. Bye-bye.